and we are back on NFL Daily. We are here with Jaxson Dart of the New York Giants, Pepsi Zero Sugar NFL Rookie of the Year nominee. This is not really fair to you, but I don't know if you remember this. You were actually in the room at NFL Network watching, I believe, Ravens-Chiefs divisional round. You were there with your father.
Yeah.
You were visiting, I think, with Daniel Jeremiah and just seeing like what was going around. I was watching that game with you, actually. I was in that theater.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that day and that Jaxson, and then think about this Jaxson being the quarterback of the New York Giants and going through a year like that. That can age you like a president. Like, what is the difference between that Jaxson, and that was what, in January of last year, and this Jaxson that's sitting here on Radio Row?
You know, that's crazy to look back on.
Feels like a long time ago.
Feels like forever ago.
In Gregg's life, clearly.
Yeah, it was big.
In mine for sure. I feel like this last year, I feel like I've grown like 3 years into one. That rookie year, you're just kind of going from one thing to the next, and there's no time off. So it's definitely been a whirlwind of a year, but I think, from that Jaxson to this one, like I think I've just matured a ton, individually, from an identity standpoint, but also as a football player, like went through a ton of adversity, but also had, successes as well. So there's a lot of lessons to learn and to grow from. And I'm just really excited for this future.
Jaxson, it can be difficult for any person coming of age through their 20s to figure out who they are and become more of that person and lean into their identity. And to do it on such a stage, I mean, as the quarterback for the New York Giants and somebody who is, playing, in these games where everyone's watching you, we saw your personality come out, whether it's in the end zone or with Cam, with Scattaboo, or with your teammates, your fellow quarterbacks.
Like the jackets.
Yeah, like
strong jacket game.
Strong jacket game. My group chat would like me to tell you that. Strong jacket game.
Yeah.
But you showed who you were, and I think the fan base really appreciated that. It can be scary, I think, but you really kind of leaned into it. And what was that process like for you, just as a person growing into that job?
Yeah, first of all, I'm just so thankful, and I'm grateful to have the people that are around me and support me. I wouldn't be here without that. And, it's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid to be, at this point, and just going to continue to grow. But I'm definitely humbled by it. I think just in New York, like, you have to mature fast. You have to, be on your P's and Q's and to be a leader, especially with, the position that we're in. And I just think for me, like, what a great opportunity for me to, do my best to just be a really good person and to be there for others and to be, the best leader that I can be.
I went through my notes. It's rare that I do like this much homework. No, I was on the flight here, going through some notes, decided to look at like my game notes of the Giants. And I have a few things I want to get to, but one of the things which I was like, I want to ask them about that, was your cadence. I'm a big cadence guy. Like, you've got there's some bass to it. It's very loud. Like, the mics really pick it up. Do you take pride in the cadence? What's the thought process? And do you want to be like one of the best guys in terms of cadence in the NFL?
Yeah, it's crazy is a lot of people didn't think I was going to be able to do a cadence, from like, I don't know if you've seen the John Gruden.
Good
point.
Good point.
Yes, we have.
Didn't even think about that. I was thinking more about.
That is a content king right there. He remembers, yes.
I definitely remember that because that was a knock. That's where people were like, I don't even know if he can do a cadence. But I definitely take a lot of pride in it. I think that when you look at the best quarterbacks of all time, they had great cadences and being able to, put the defense on their heels as much as possible and give that advantage to the offense, because it really is. It can turn into a really big advantage. And I had a lot of vets in the room that I was in with Russ and Jameis, and I remember like walking into that and I was like, all right, like, I got to have a great cadence because these guys got a great cadence.
Yes.
Russ from the beginning, it's great because some of it also is a little like God-given. You got to have, like Joe Flacco, all-time great cadence. Ryan Tannehill has an all-time great one. So I think like you're studying, your play on the field, you got to study the greats when it comes to the cadence.
Absolutely.
Other notes though, do you feel calm or more calm when you're out of structure and making plays? Because it felt like you were pretty calm right off the bat. Like the first month in the league, you were already like, the game didn't seem too fast for you when you were doing that.
Well, I think that when you do that, I mean, first of all, there is a big difference from college to the NFL. So, going through training camp and OTAs, like, those were times for me to, make some of those mistakes and to kind of experience those struggles a little bit. You have the valleys and the peaks a little bit that you kind of have to go through. But I think when I got there on the field, like I was just, like I said before, I've been surrounded by great people. So from a preparation standpoint, I felt confident, I felt ready. And I think when you're out there, like football's football. So you're just trying to play ball. You're trying to just have fun, just game out there. And a lot of instincts come into play and you're just flowing. So yeah, it was definitely really fun to have that experience.
I think in every other profession, you want to make mistakes early so that you can sort through it and you're not often in public. Again, in every other profession, you're not being watched by millions and millions of people as you do it. As a quarterback, like mistakes are a part of the growth, right? And you mentioned it yourself. How do you balance like staying creative with when you're either in structure or out of structure with how you want plays to unfold, but then knowing that some of them are risky or are not going to work out, balancing like the known fact that you're going to make these mistakes and staying free at the same time and still taking steps forward. It's like a trifecta that would be really hard to balance.
No, I think that's a really good question. I think that like the thing that you have to keep in mind when you're out there on the field, like you have to be fearless.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to make a mistake. Like there's a lot of game left. I mean, you see it in the NFL like this year, like it's been crazy where teams have been down or, maybe as a quarterback, you haven't been playing for a good half of football, but in that second half of football, somebody plays amazing and the game turns around. So there's a lot of football to be played. And I think that when you go out there, you just have to play fearless. And I think that I had a great group of guys around me who, were okay and kind of instilled my play style to play the way that I play. And I think that we all just played hard.
Look, there was a lot of great performances. You come out early, you get wins against the Chargers, playoff team, Eagles. You put up 30 points in Denver, like so close with a lot of great teams. Bears were another one. And you had ups and you had downs in the season. I think you finished strong. You're up for this, Rookie of the Year nominee. And I kind of thought like, because you came out so hot, it almost like people forgot. Have you considered doing some negative campaigning against Tyler Shuck? That like maybe Shuck is getting a little too much pop and didn't even play the whole season.
Well, first of all, shout out to Pepsi Zero Sugar. I think just what a cool opportunity for all of us to come together and to be a part of this. To be honest, like, no, I haven't done zero. Like, I mean, the biggest thing to me that matters is one day hoping up, hopefully more than one Super Bowl trophy. And, that's in my mind, from a standpoint of like, whatever happens, like it is what it is. Like, I feel like, I was able to put out a really good product on display. Like you can just look at the numbers and I think that really speaks for itself. So, obviously the most important thing is continuing to find ways to win. And I know that we're going to do that in the future, but that's really the most important thing to me.
Is there a moment this year? It could have been a play, and certainly I think of a lot of the ones where you are working out of structure. You're creating crazy things are happening all around you, and you're sort of willing things to happen for your offense. But is there a play that, or even a moment like behind the scenes that maybe we would not have seen, where you're like, holy crap, man, I'm in the NFL right now?
Ooh, geez, I feel like there's a few of those
every day.
for sure.
Yeah,
like
every day.
There's times where I'm going there on the field and I'm looking at guys and I'm like, dang, like you did really good for my fantasy team like 4 years ago when I was younger. And just,
that would be you, Gregg, by the way.
Just like being involved in this game and competing at the highest level is such an honor. And being around like these great players is so cool. I mean, like I said earlier, like part of this, like the Pepsi Zero Sugar, like the rookie stuff, like all those guys are great players and have done amazing things. So I think it's just such an honor to be on the stage with them and compete with everybody at this level.
Have you had
I just want to
chance?
say we have a streak going too. We've had the winner on our show every year.
Okay,
really?
That is good.
You don't have to say it. I'm just putting it out in the universe.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if we can impact the voters. I don't know how that works.
I believe in that. Like I try to put out. I don't know if you guys saw, like I got caught on a mic saying the thing about Harbaugh.
We saw it. Yeah. Thanks for breaking the news to us.
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'm with you. Like sometimes you just put things out, good energy. You manifest it, no doubt.
Have you talked to Matt Nagy, your new offensive coordinator?
Yeah, we have. We've talked a few times. Obviously, it's still really new, and I think it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So excited to grow this relationship with him. Have heard a ton of really good things from people that I've talked to about him, and just from a cooperation and collaboration as quarterback, offensive coordinator, I'm really excited to build this with him.
He's kind of a magician with concepts out of the gun specifically. We know you love to play out of the gun. You like to see the defense in front of you unfold. And I guess, have you allowed your brain to kind of get that far? I know you're so busy right now, but like creating and thinking, oh, what could be possible? Watching maybe some of Mahomes stuff, thinking
Yeah.
what could be possible here.
Yeah, I love his. I think he has a very intelligent, brilliant mind of
Yeah.
just being able to create, cool plays and whatnot. So I'm excited to be a part of like an innovative offense in that regard. But at the same time, I've always watched, Pat highlights for a long time, and excited to kind of like, form a little bit of similar things around with Coach Nagy, and I think he's just going to do a great job and have all the confidence in him.
And that was one of the things they said too about you, that you got to learn a little more under center coming into the pros. That was on the notes too. That the under center was increasing, it was getting better, and it was strong at various points in the season. So it was really cool to see your development this year. Football is just going to be more interesting with the Giants having a fun quarterback to watch. We got that with Jaxson Dart. Appreciate having you on.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking the time. Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Jaxson.
it.
Thanks.